Hey guys, how are things? It's a lovely morning here in Wicklow. I'm out for a walk today just with one of the dogs, the wolfhound. He's too big to fit in the jeep, so we have to walk in close to home. But anyhow, thinking about the weather's getting colder and we're thinking about survival, talking to you about survival camping or survival shelters and a little bit of understanding of what we really need in terms of a survival shelter. Now, a lot of people, when they think of survival shelters, they think of something large like a TP, maybe a 16-man TP or something like that, or possibly when building a shelter, recreating something like a cottage. Now, nothing really could be further from the truth when it comes to maintaining our core temperature and trying to keep that 98.6, 37 degrees core temperature. So, heat is measured in a thermal unit called BTUs. We all know about BTUs, the garden radiators and stuff like that. BTU stands for British Thermal Unit, and my understanding is it's a basis of how much energy it takes 1 pound of water to raise by a degree. Now, our bodies, as I'm sitting here now as a sedentary person on the vertical plane, I'm producing between 450 and 500 BTUs. When I become sedentary and on the horizontal plane lying down, that drops to about 300 BTUs. So we all know about the really cold nights, and this is a term, a 3-dog night. Well, a dog has a medium to large size dog has a much higher metabolic rate than we have, and they create approximately 300 BTUs. What we need to get a sufficient night's sleep is 900 BTUs. So effectively, 3 people huddled together can parasite off each other's BTUs and collectively have 900 BTUs each. But if we're in this large, let's say TP, that's ideally for 16 people. So 16 people lying horizontally, having a night's sleep, producing an average of 300 BTUs each is 4,800 BTUs. Now, can you imagine how difficult it would be to get a night's sleep in the same TP when you are on your own producing 300 BTUs? We need to hit this golden number of 900. We need the 900 BTUs to get that night's sleep. So, how do we lose body heat? Well, body heat is lost through 5 different manners, but the 3 that we're going to talking about today and we're concerned with is firstly conduction. Okay, so conduction is if we lie down on the ground here now, that ground is going to suck our own thermal signature out of it, okay, and our temperature is going to drop. So the first thing we have to address is not losing our core temperature through the ground. So we will create some sort of insulation, whether it be branches, leaves is tucked into a bag or whatever, but to stop us of losing that core temperature through the ground. So that's conduction. The next thing we're really concerned with is survival, so as long as we're not in the water or sweating very severely. The 3 main ones is conduction, convection and radiation. Now, the problem with radiation is we're in that large shelter that we have built, and the radiation, our thermal signature is radiating out of us and going up, okay, and we're losing that. So we want a small shelter, just big enough to cover us, that is going to give us a certain amount of reflective radiation. So we're going to maintain the temperature that we are losing in that encapsulated area. We also want to secure it in such a way that we're not facing the prevailing winds. So in Ireland that's usually a southwesterly, it can change, but we don't want our shelter in the face of a prevailing wind. That kind of convective effect, stirring of the air if you like, will drop the temperatures very significantly. So it's just a quick one. It's just while it's getting colder and I'm starting to think about that, and these are the things that you want to be thinking about. In fact, next time we're going to be doing a video where I have a new knife to test as well, a really interesting one. I'll show that to you during the week hopefully. But another thing is I would like to cover maximum heart rate and how we use a percentage of our heart rate to enhance our survivability. Okay, so we'll come back to you with that one on the next day. Anyhow guys, I hope it was of interest to you, and thanks for dropping by. Troy is off over there doing his own little thing, and we'll be back to you soon. Thanks for dropping by guys, see you next time.